video we're going to take a look at what HTML tags do. What I'm going to do is just close down and delete everything that I don't require. There we go. So the only thing I'm really going to be playing around with is index.html. We're going to look at what the tags actually do to the file. I'm going to delete all of the files as well. Where have we gone? We don't need that one. Let's delete that. The only problem with being on a Mac is that you can't always find what you want. There we go. So the only file I've got now is index.html, and I'm going to edit that file. So let's put some text in the file. Rather than just say this, I'm going to type in a couple of lines. I'm going to say hello, welcome to my page and website. Another line I'm going to write, I hope you enjoy the experience. So there we go, and I'm going to save that file. So there you go, I've got index.html. I have 2 lines of text. Okay, minimize that and go back to my browser. I'm going to take that out because now index.html is the only one in. It's going to work if I don't specify a file. So before I actually load the file, give it a thought. What's going to happen? What do you expect to see? Okay, so there's my file. There's the contents of the file. Okay, let's load the file up, and there you go. Was it what you expected? I would imagine not. To begin with, I've got 2 lines of text in my file, but when I look at it in the web browser, it's just one continuous line. The way that a web browser works is that it starts in the very top left-hand corner. Everything it meets in the file, it just puts it to the right. Okay, so it just keeps going on and on. If I had 1,000 lines in here, then I would just have 1 line in here which would just keep going on and on and on and on. And the reason is because a browser, well, they're odd things. You're probably more used to it when you've got a mobile phone and you look at a browser. The size of it is actually different. And we can demonstrate that by actually shrinking the browser down to the size of a phone and see what happens to the text as I move in. It itself drops itself down onto a new line. Okay, so the browser is the vehicle for all of the formatting, and we use tags in HTML to give instructions to the browser how to format the page. So for example, if I wanted this to appear in the web page exactly as it appears here on 2 lines, I'm going to have a tag to tell the browser what to do. And the tag that I'll require is called a break tag, and I'm going to put it at the end of the very first line. I'm just going to type a tag which is 2 angle brackets with some sort of word or something inside. BR is called the break tag. It's a line break, so it's going to break the line at that point. I'm just going to close the tag. Job done. If I save and then reload the page, we will see that that has the desired effect. Okay, so now they match. Okay. Hello, welcome to my web page and website. I hope you enjoy the experience on 2 different lines. The tag in the text file does not appear in the web page. It's interpreted by the web page and it performs that function. With the break tag, we can actually write it in several different ways. That's fairly old. Sometimes we see it with a / at the end. It makes absolutely no difference. So if I save it and then reload it, there you go, it's made absolutely no difference. Or the one that you tend to see more in websites these days is with a space after the BR and with a / and the end angle bracket. Exactly the same thing. So when you see these in web code, when you look at it, HTML code, understand that these are exactly the same thing, just different ways of writing them. So there we go. We've got a break tag. Another tag which will affect the way that this is sort of separated on the page is a paragraph tag. Unlike the break tag just had one item. Okay, I'm going to put it back to where it was with just no lines at the end. A paragraph tag actually has to say where the paragraph starts and where the paragraph ends. So for example, if I want to start a paragraph here, and the difference is in paragraphs is that between these two lines of text we should have a blank line, in other words, two separate paragraphs. So I'm going to start off with a paragraph tag there, and at the end of that line I'm going to say /p. So that is what we call a starting tag. A starting tag just has a letter or a word in, which is known to the browser, and operates on everything that follows it up until it meets the very end of the line or end of what you're trying to achieve, and we put a / in front of the P to signify that that is the end of that section. Okay, so I'm going to save that, reload it in the browser. What we'll see is a little bit different now to the text file. There will be a blank line in between them. So if I press reload, and there we go, we have a blank line. So the top line is a paragraph and the line below it is a paragraph, and we can sort of prove that. So if I put another line in after the line break and then type this is yet another line of text, because this is before the end of the paragraph, there'll be no blank line after the word website. So let's save that and reload the page. There you go. So what we have here is a paragraph which starts at hello and ends at text. Starts at hello, ends at text. Then we get the blank line for the paragraph, and then we get the second paragraph. Notice I didn't put any paragraph tags around this. It just assumed. But if I wanted to continue writing paragraphs, I would have to put paragraph tags around this also. This would make absolutely no difference to the way this appears at the moment, but would affect anything that came after it. So there we go, job done. So I've introduced, first of all, the index.html file. It's being loaded automatically because we're not specifying the file name in the URL. I've introduced you to two tags, one with being a break tag and one being a paragraph tag. And the paragraph tag has two tags. It has a start and it has an end. It doesn't really make much sense to have a start and an end for a break tag. There's only one. However, if we put the / in, that sort of acts as a start and an end tag. So that's the purpose of that.